This podcast contains discussions that may not be suitable for all audiences. Please use caution while listening. 18 plus of parental permission is strongly advised. Hey guys, I'm Rachel,
And I'm Nina.
and this is Being a Mom Sucks, a podcast about those tough parts of being a mom, partner, and life that no one wants to talk about, and how we are still good moms regardless.
Yay, yay.
All right, guys. So today on Being a Mom Sucks, we're talking about mental health and being a mom.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. And Nina and I kind of already sort of prepped ourselves inadvertently for this episode. We were talking about finances and the world around us and how loans work and interest rates. We got ourselves in a good mood over here. I guess I'll start a little bit. When I was in high school, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder with panic attacks. And then as an adult, I was diagnosed with major depressive episode. What about you?
That banana burp just hit.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we had to take a shot. 'Cause it was getting too real for a second.
It was getting really, really deep in here. And so we were like, you know what? We're celebrating my husband and my mom's birthday this week. They have the same birthday, fun fact. So why not
Happy
start?
birthday.
Happy birthday. Why not start it off? Here's to the homies.
Yeah, a little round of shots.
Yeah, it was banana and pineapple. It was gross. I'm glad I caught that yours was banana though, because you would have taken that whole thing by yourself.
It was a lot of banana.
And I would have just been happy with pineapple.
I appreciate you suffering with me.
So yeah, I was diagnosed with all those things, and I take medicine for them.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I take Lexapro every day for it. I used to take Ativan for my panic attacks, but apparently that's like a controlled substance, so they have kind of weaned me off of that. They gave me this stuff that it kind of works. It's an antihistamine. It's just like a souped up allergy medicine. Kind of helps sometimes. It helps me sleep better at night if I'm like having a restless night. But
And that's for like the panic attacks?
Yeah.
Do you do counseling or any, like, have you ever done therapy or anything like that for any of your conditions?
Yes. When I was first diagnosed, I was in therapy. I've kind of been in and out of therapy off and on my whole life. Just at various times when I was like, okay, I feel like I really need it right now. I'm not in therapy right now, but I feel like I need to start going back because I've been having really bad panic attacks. It's been tough, but
Yeah.
luckily Zach's been so patient with me and wants me to just be okay. But
yeah, that support network is important to have.
It's hard because obviously I want to take care of him, but I'm like in the middle of my panic attack. Mine lasts like 10 to 20 minutes.
Takes you out.
Yeah. And it literally does, because even after it's done, it's like it's almost like I have a hangover. Like a bad
drains
hangover.
You completely. Yeah.
Yeah, my battery is at -5. And I literally feel like I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
But of course I have Jeremy still running around and I have to get up and still handle him and take care of him, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Luckily I have the best boss in the world, and I was able to go talk to her and be like, hey, look, this is going on. She's been very kind and understanding of all that, and she's very accommodating.
Yeah.
But it's been rough lately, especially dealing with that, and then of course with everything going on in the world, and you get in these moments and you just feel like, fuck, nothing's ever gonna get better. Like, things are good, like home life, family life, whatever. Like,
see, and that right there, what you're doing, I feel like that's what so many people do. We want to be grateful, right, for the good things, but we start feeling bad for feeling the bad. You know what I mean? Like we feel guilty because we're voicing how much things suck, or how hard it is, and we're grateful, but it's fair to say that it's so hard. And think that a lot of people do that. They kind of gaslight themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
Like, oh,
because
I'm okay. Everything's fine.
Because we're made to feel like we're not allowed to feel not okay.
Right.
But then that adds to it, because then you start feeling crazy. Like, okay, well, yeah, I have a good life. Yeah, I have a nice home. I have
But why
food
are
in my
things
fridge.
still the way they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you do start to gaslight
you
yourself.
gaslight yourself because we want to be grateful because there's always someone that's going through something worse than us, right? There's things that are going on in the world that are bigger than us, right? Still, in my little world, in my little circle, it's hard.
In this moment.
In this, I think that therapy is important, medication is important. I think for a long time, and even still now, it's a little bit of there's a stigma attached to it.
And we need to get rid of that.
Because we can't take care of our kids if we're not taking care of ourselves.
And if we're made to feel bad for taking care of ourselves through medicine, therapy, whatever it is, how are we? Right.
You'll never get the help that you need.
Exactly. Because, and I've dealt with this with like people in my past is, like, well, I'll never go to therapy because that means you're crazy. It's like, no.
It's crazy to not.
That's how I feel.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to go and prolong that feeling when you can take care of it?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to help yourself feel better?
But see, then it goes to healthcare. Resources available for people that need this. And I feel like the people that need it most, it's not available. It's not
and I agree with you. And they are touting these new like online therapies, which I'm not saying are bad. By all means, if you can.
But it's what people can afford.
Well, not even so, because I was looking it up and it's still $50 a week.
Oh yeah.
That's someone living paycheck to paycheck, $50 a week. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you're gonna pick groceries. $200 a month. You're gonna pick groceries over 100%, therapy.
Yeah.
And that's what's sad is that you have to choose.
Yeah.
You have to choose your health or feeding your family.
Yeah. And that's so sad because you need both.
Right.
God, I'm gonna cry. Absolutely would I never want that to be the answer.
Right. It's hard because I think that a lot of moms, that's the corner that you're backed into, right? It's making that decision. It's what bills can be pushed. What are we going to walk a tightrope on? You know what I mean? Are our phones going to be on? Are the lights going to be on? Are we going to have hot water? And I've been there with all of those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Choosing between those, it differs from putting your health in that mix.
You very much need both those things. You need your kids to be fed, but you also need your mind to be okay to take care of making sure kids do get fed.
Right. Like I think about, and I don't even know if I'll get in trouble for saying this, but I think about people like Andrea Yates, you know what I mean? Where it was a mental health, postpartum depression situation. And it was like doctors knew.
Yes, they did.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I blame her husband for that.
I do too.
He kept taking her out.
I do too.
She was where she needed to be and he kept pulling her out.
I do too.
I think because their religion.
Right. They were like.
Was the no medicine, no doctors.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay. I thought it was the one where they were supposed to like have as many children as they can or whatever.
Probably that as well. Because they literally were back to back. Which if I'm in postpartum from my first child,
I'm sorry.
And you just keep impregnating me, it's not gonna get better.
No.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Does it?
No. Even now my son's almost 2 and I'm still dealing with hormonal effects and everything from that.
Same.
So
I don't think it ever goes away. And I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, that makes sense because when you have a child, your entire physiology changes.
Yeah,
like on a chemical scientific level, it changes. You are a different being now because of that.
Yeah.
Hormones are wild, man.
It's crazy. Science.
What we were talking about
earlier. Science.
Science is wild.
Yeah.
But enough about me. Your turn. Lay your dirty laundry out for the world to see.
Well, I've never been diagnosed with anything. I'm more of a self-diagnosis, but I think, I think that I do suffer from depression and anxiety, a little bit of ADHD. My kids have ADHD. It's more for me. It's been just a roller coaster of depression, and it just goes back to my childhood, and then things that unknowingly brought with me into adulthood, that trauma that you just kind of, you don't realize that you tag it along with you, but you do.
Yeah, that's why it's the childhood trauma, because when you're a child, you don't realize how it's embedding itself into you. Yeah.
So, I think that a lot of those, monsters in the closet type of things, and and now still there's things that I don't talk about with people that I deal with on my own, you know what I mean? And then that creates a whole, world of anxiety in itself. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? When you try to deal with those things by yourself and not have the therapy or the counseling. And for me, it's always been like a, insurance thing, like, or, the means to afford that and having to juggle and decide, like, can this wait? Like, is it, I know I'm depressed, so I'm just not even gonna, I'm not
Right.
gonna try to book an
Right.
appointment or anything like
You know what
that
they're
or
gonna tell
seek
you.
help. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. I know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If was available for me, I would most definitely take it. If there was a medicine that I could take that made me feel happy and normal,
Mhm.
I would take it. But then it's like, what is normal?
Exactly. That's funny that you said that. I was just about to say it because friends was dealing with depression, and I guess she hadn't realized it because she's such a high functioning individual, and I don't mean like high functioning with
No, no,
depression.
no.
I just mean in life she is
Yes.
very goal oriented and meets those goals and surpasses those goals.
Right.
So I think when she was pregnant with her kid or right before, she went and saw a doctor and got on Lexapro, and she found out she was able to take it during pregnancy. And so she came to me one day and she was like, "Is this what being normal feels like?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was like, "I don't know." What I don't know.
Can you describe the feeling?
Right. And so, exactly. And so she explained everything, and I was like, "Well, I feel the prior all day every day is that's my life. So that's
So
normal to
that's
me.
my normal. Right.
So what you're feeling, I want to feel."
Right.
Even still now, like after having Jeremy, it's like it's still not 100%, Like back then before Jeremy, it was very helpful. And I still Lexapro to me is the bomb. I will recommend it to anybody and everybody. Take it. Even well, the off brand. It's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you do eventually come to a point where maybe you need to reevaluate, and I think I'm at that point.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay still, but it's things creeping in here and there, and I'm
Right.
just like, yeah, maybe I need to, because on Lexapro you can only go up to a certain dosage, and
Right.
I'm at the highest one.
Okay.
So if I needed more of something,
They
I would
might have to put you on something else.
Yeah,
It makes sense. You've like leveled out of
yeah.
that medication. Yeah.
But back to what you were saying, like you're just wanting to feel normal.
Yeah, it's just like I think hard because like I said, what is normal, right? So like my normal could be different from your normal and different from someone else's normal, and like at the end of the day, I just want to be happy. You know what I mean? And whatever that looks like to me, cool. And to me, I've told, last episode we talked about that. You know what I mean? Like I want my kids to be happy. I want my space to be clear so that up here is clear too. You know what I mean? And ready for whatever, and that because of the economy and because of how the world is and everything, like it almost makes it impossible to get there. And
Well, it weighs on you.
And that's it even more depressing because it's like, will I ever be okay?
Yeah.
So it's just more about, self-medication and then recognizing when I'm in those pits. You know what I mean? I love to sleep. I'm never going to turn a nap down. You know what I mean? Like I love to sleep.
Me too.
But I have to recognize, am I sleepy? Is it because I love sleep, or am I in a pit right now? Kai calls them cocoons. It's a depression cocoon. So he says when he's sad, he gets in a depression cocoon. And it's so
The
true.
emotional intelligence in that statement.
Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so true because I know that when I'm in those pits, I literally bundle up like a cocoon and I'm covered
you need
up
your
and
weighted
away
blanket.
Yeah, I do. Because those are the ways that you can like the home remedies, right? You know what I mean? And that's what I look at. Those are the things that I'm pinning on my Pinterest boards and stuff like that, foods that I can eat that will help me, my mind be clear, or, do at home that will help me feel better. Like I did yoga for a little while and that does kind of help, but it's like still it's strenuous and it's like I don't want to do that.
Yoga stresses me out.
I don't want to do that. I want to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Is sleeping it off and like removing myself from it. And then waking up fresh, like, okay, cool. I already forgot about it. If I pick it up again later today, whatever. You know what I mean? It's probably the biggest issue with a lot of people is that the resources are not available. People can't afford to get the help that they need. And it's a problem.
I agree.
It's a problem.
Yeah, it most definitely is.
Because, it trickles down into your kids and, parents now that are going to prison for their kids shooting up schools. You know what I mean? And it's like, you look at situations like that and you're like, how could this happen? How did we get here? How did we get to this? And it's like, resources available for these families? Were the resources available for this child? Did the mother know? Did she need help? Did he need help? Where did the system fail this family? That, like we were talking about earlier, the greed outweighs everything. So it's like everyone's caught up in this, money making machine, this big pharma shit, that families are being torn apart. Kids are dying in schools. You know what I mean? Like, my kids, I'm not even going to lie to you, they miss a lot of school, but it's mainly because I have these panic attacks and these moments where I can't let them go. And I'm like, nah, we're all going to be
scared about,
because I'm scared.
And that's so sad. The school is supposed to be a safe space.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to worry if my kids are going to come home from school.
Yeah.
And I do.
And the fact that you're having panic attacks over
I freak out anytime if I see something.
And you're not in a bad school district. No, we're in like that. But it could literally happen anywhere. That's the point.
Yeah. I would say we're probably in the best school district in Houston. But it still doesn't, it's not, there's no comfort in that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, that standardized test, I care about if my kid's going to come out alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you still have the issue across the board, overworked, underpaid teachers.
Exactly.
They're tired. They have more kids than can handle.
And the resources aren't even available for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, there's those days where I'm like, no, I'm not sending y'all to school today. I want to keep y'all close today. And so we're going to all be here together today. And that's, and may for doing that to them. But at the same time, like, can you blame me? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm sitting at home one day and I see on the news that it's breaking news and we got a school on lockdown, my kids are not going to school the next day.
No.
Because I'm in a panic mode. I'm anxious. I can't do it. And I can't.
Well, and there's something to be said about mother's intuition as well.
Right.
Sometimes you get those feelings and you're like, man, I really feel like I shouldn't do this, that, or the other.
It's,
and if you go against it, you find out why you had the feeling.
Right. And so you're like, I should have listened to myself. I should have trusted myself.
You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
On tragic stories about stuff. Yeah. I should have, I knew something wasn't right.
Something wasn't right. And it's crazy because, you have this whole new generation, and it's like, are they going to figure it out to where they can get the help for them and themselves, for their peers, for the people, but coming after school? Because I think that they are more aware, I think, in tune with things. I think that they want their voices heard, right?
Yeah, well, and I will definitely say that even in this day and age that we're in right now, it's different from when we were kids.
Right.
Like, therapy is accepted, medicines are accepted, mental health is talked about on a daily basis. You go on Instagram, TikTok, wherever.
There are some jobs that have 30-minute mental breakouts.
Like,
where they have 30 minutes. Their employees get to just take a break. They have
that's a good thing about now is people are realizing, like, this is an issue. This is a problem.
And bravo to those companies that do that for their employees. Because there's like I said, there's so many people with no outlet.
And having that, even if it is just at your job, like having that one little, that could be the make it or break it. You know what I mean? That could be the
It's so sad. This is what makes me so depressed and so sad, is that people don't get it.
I think we are definitely heading that way. I think it's going to take time still.
It's depressing.
It's so depressing, and it just weighs down on you, especially as a mom. Like you were saying.
And it sucks because my kids are going to have to go through this too.
And there adds another level to us because we want to protect our kids from these things.
Exactly.
We don't want them to have to deal with their note.
It just, oh God, it sucks, y'all. Being a mom sucks.
Yeah.
And this goes without, you don't even have to be a mom to feel this one.
This specific topic, it goes to everybody, but it's just one more thing that adds to
the stresses of being a mom. Because, like Rachel said, we want to protect our kids from everything, and we want to shelter them from these stresses and worries, and but you can't. I mean, it's a part of life. They're going to feel, even if it's just a crumb of it, they're going to feel it.
They're going to feel it.
They're going to feel it,
And that's my biggest fear for Jeremy, is that I don't want him to grow up feeling my issues. I don't want him to grow up being like, my mom was a sad mom, or I don't want him. I just think about like movies and stuff where you see like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, or like things like that, right?
Right. You never want your kids to know your struggles.
Yeah. Like going and telling their friend, oh, well, my mom, she sits on the couch all day because she can't. Or like she has to force herself to get up and like, I never want Jeremy to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In those moments where I feel like I'm having to force myself, because I want him to be happy.
Yeah, you don't want him to know
exactly
that it's hard for you to be his mom.
Exactly.
And it's not his fault.
No.
It's not,
And it's not because I don't want to be his mom.
Right. It's just because of life. It's because of everything as a whole, and it just starts building up and adding up, and it becomes its own monster, And
once again, another layer is added on to us, because I want to be that mom. I want to be the ever present. I'm here for you always. I'm ready to go play. I'm ready to go bang that toy and I won't get annoyed. I'm ready to be that mom. I want to be that mom. But mentally, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I think that people have, maybe not so much now, but I think people definitely used to have a big misconception about mental health, is they thought, oh, you're depressed, just get over it. I think what people don't understand is when you get into that moment, especially like in the midst of a panic or anxiety attack, when you're in that moment, that's all there is.
There's nothing else.
That is all there is in your head.
Yeah.
And no matter, you sit here, at least I do, I sit here and I tell myself, you're okay, you're fine. Like, calm down. You're okay, you're fine. But there is nothing else. There's no getting out of it.
No.
You're stuck until it subsides.
Yeah, and all you can do is wait. It's frustrating when people are like, oh, you just got to shake that off, and you can't let it win. You can't let that feeling win. And it's like, wait a minute. Do you think I want to?
Right. You think I just want to sit here? Well, some people might want to sit and wallow, and that's, that's your whole...
That's their coping. That's the way they cope.
Yeah, that's how you handle it, and that's fine. But I don't want to sit here and wallow. I don't want to be
I don't want to feel like this. Right.
I want to be up every morning and making my bed. I want to reset my day every day.
Yeah.
But I just can't sometimes.
I just can't. And that's why we're here, right? That's why we're doing this, because
it's kind of like mini therapy for us and y'all.
Right. Right. So you can do that. You can.
It might take a little bit longer. Oh, I heard this story. It helped me. I don't know. Maybe it might help y'all. So I heard this story. This person was going to therapy, and they were just having a really overwhelming week, and they couldn't articulate to their therapist what was going on. They were just like all over the place. And the therapist was like, okay, what one thing in this moment right now, what is your biggest pressure point? And the person was like, honestly, man, right now, the fucking dishes. I cannot unload the dishwasher, and there's dishes in the sink, and I know I need to do it, but I just can't. And so the therapist said, rerun the dishwasher. And the person was like, what? And he's like, if you can't do it now, just rerun it. Rerun it and come back to it when you can handle it. And I think the idea behind, because I was thinking, why not just leave them?
Right.
Why would you rerun it?
Right.
I think the idea behind rerunning it is you trick yourself into they're being done.
Right. I'll come back when they're finished.
Yeah.
And we'll start this again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
it's a reset. It is a reset.
It is. So simple, so genius. But I don't think like that.
Right.
I think those dishes need to get done now. I have to do them now.
And then you beat yourself up for not doing it if you don't do it.
Exactly. Another thing I've been doing is giving myself little mini goals throughout the day.
Yeah.
For example, the dishes. If all I do is just unload the dishwasher, and that's all I did today to be productive, then that's what I did today.
It's the little victories. Yeah. You still have to celebrate them. It's a victory.
Sorry, I keep bringing up things I saw, but I saw this thing. This girl was like, I hate this little treat culture. You think you deserve an $8 Starbucks because you did a squat today?
Yes.
And I was like, yeah,
I do.
I do.
Absolutely accurate.
It's my $8.
That's right. So shut the fuck up, you judgy little bitch.
Get the fuck out of here. I didn't ask you for $8, did I?
Fuck off.
Hey, I did a squat. Buy me a Starbucks. No, I said I did a squat. I'm gonna buy me a Starbucks.
I'm gonna go ahead and treat myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's what gets you through your day,
do it. Buy the Starbucks.
Buy the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Don't go broke,
Right. We don't,
because that won't help at the end of the day.
If you're having to choose between Starbucks and feeding your family, we want you guys
maybe
to
just buy like a 25-cent lollipop.
Yeah. mean, McDonald's has good coffee too.
Listen,
I'm just saying, their
they
iced
do.
coffees are not
They
bad.
do.
And if
they're
you
like
download the app,
$3.
we are not promoting McDonald's right now, but if you download the
McDonald's
app, you do get
sponsor
free
us.
drinks. You do get you can accumulate free
So
coffees and stuff.
I go to McDonald's.
Here we go on our tangent.
I go to McDonald's a lot, and I always see the McDonald's app, but I never download it.
Yeah, you should.
Damn.
Yeah, because remember how all the drinks used to be $1?
Yeah, I know.
They're
That
$1
bullshit.
if you have the app.
I know. I paid $2 for a large Coke the other day, and I was like,
"What is this?
What the fuck inflation?
What is this?"
That needs to be minus $1.06, please.
Yeah, that's like, remember the $2 2-for-1 tacos at Jack in the Box?
Nope, not
no more.
$1.39. Hey, let's talk about how Dollar Tree is $1.25 tree.
Hello. And they have the
ruffled my feathers.
aisle.
That ruffled my feathers.
The $5 aisle.
Yes. The 25 cents. But
Yeah,
then, yes,
25,
the $5 aisle. I was like, no, this is not why I come to you, Dollar Tree.
You're supposed to be $1.
Yeah.
$1.
$1.
Why? Even. Oh my God. Fuck. I love it.
The perks of being a mom.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it picked up a little bit though, because I was worried we were gonna be like too depressing. It's a depression episode, but is, yeah. My goal is to try to laugh through the depression.
For sure.
Some people get offended by that, but that's my coping mechanism. Make fun of myself, laugh, whatever I gotta do.
I'm with you.
So hopefully y'all can laugh at me with me.
Yeah, because I can't afford therapy, so we're laughing this shit out.
I know Zach sometimes gets so frustrated with me, and I'm like, as frustrated as you are with me,
right? Imagine, do you hear the laugh?
Imagine being me and living with this every day. You don't think I don't get it?
I get it.
I get it.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, yeah, being a mom sucks, and especially when you have mental health, which I feel like everybody has some sort of something going on nowadays, even if it is just fucking stress. That's a form of mental health issue. Not issue, but dealing with it, learning how to handle it. If y'all ever feel like y'all are alone in that, or you're having your dark moment and you're needing to go cry in the shower for whatever reason, we're here with you, and we do it too, and we don't want y'all to feel like you're failing because of that, because it's very normal. Very, very normal.
Yeah, guys, remember to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else.
Nope.
And it goes back to that the oxygen mask thing
on airplanes.
Yes, you got to put your oxygen mask on first. Otherwise, you can't save anyone else.
You won't be alive to help anyone else.
Yeah. So
we love you
guys. Take care of yourselves.
You're beautiful. You're strong. You got this. Be nice to yourself. Check us out on all our socials, Being a Mom Sucks podcast. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye. If you do find yourself struggling with mental health issues, please check out www.healthcentral.com/mental-health for resources that can assist you in finding help. Also, please check out the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration 24/7 hotline at 1-800-662-4357. That's 1-800-662-HELP. And finally, dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis 24/7 hotline. Help is out there and available. Please don't be afraid to reach out. We love y'all.